Thank you, Josh. Well, the Owls are the A-10 championships for the third consecutive year. We know that. The Temple fans know that. And they knew that before the game, too. But the fans of the other teams all thought their respective team could reign supreme. Let's just say they were wrong. But it's fun to give the opposing teams false confidence, as I found out on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. At the A-10 tournament, all 15 Temple Owls signed up for a three-peat, but there was some ruckus going on off the court as well. We're about to get underway here in Atlantic City at the A-10 tournament, and all the fans are pretty confident. So who you got in this tournament?
Temple. Rhode Island. I'd probably pick Temple.
Richmond. Rhode Island, of course. Are you kidding me? I got Richmond going on.
Yeah.
I got Richmond.
So who do you got in the tournament? All right, thanks. Now, you and I both know the Temple Owls are easily the best team in this tournament. Well, I talked to the fans, and I told them about some problems the Temple team might be having. Maybe they could take advantage of them and try to beat the Owls. Juan Fernandez. You know Juan.
I'm aware.
Juan watches a Justin Bieber music video before every game.
I think we're going to win this game.
Ryan Brooks and Lavoy Allen, they're always like having arguments over who's better. Not between them, between Edward and Jacob from Twilight.
This is the last time you'll ever see me.
Coach Dunphy, you know, Fran Dunphy.
Good old friend.
He makes the team watch Sister DVDs before the game to make them focus on teamwork.
That's a good strategy, I guess.
I feel more confident. I don't know.
You can have your confidence. We'll just take the 3A10 championships. Onions! All right, Cornell fans are probably smarter than the Richmond or Rhode Island fans, but I'm sure they still think they can get it done on the Owls. We'll see.
The Lady Owls had a little bit of a tougher road than the men in their A-10 tournament. They took 5th-ranked Xavier into overtime, where the Owls eventually lost. But another 20-win season for second-year coach Tanya Cardoza and a solid RPI had the Owls slated for another chance to dance. Owlsports reporter Jessica Gray joined us with a breakdown. Hi, Jess.
Hey. On Monday, the women's basketball team awaited their fate after their overtime loss to Xavier in the A-10 tournament. They were unsure of where they would fall in the field of 64. It was a very emotional and exciting night for the Owls. Owlsports' Raython Bass has more.
With 24 wins and a runner-up position, there was no question that they were getting in the NCAA tournament. On Monday, the wait was finally over for the women's basketball team.
There's 64 teams, but everyone's not fortunate enough to even make the tournament, so just the fact that we're here says a lot about us and our team and the job that Coach Cardoza has done.
Emotions filled the room as the results popped up on the big screen, announcing that on March 21st, the Temple Owls will take on James Madison in Norfolk, Virginia.
There's a lot of different emotions knowing that this is my last chance, you know, to try to make a Sweet 16, to try to make Elite 8 or anything. So I'm definitely anxious and nervous at the same time. Everyone wants to see that so bad. That's why they put us in the bracket again. They're looking for a good story, so Temple versus UConn is a good one.
Coach Cardoza has pleasant memories from being the assistant coach at UConn, but being only one win away from playing the top-seeded team makes this moment bittersweet.
You know, to be honest, when I was at Connecticut, we used to hate watching this because they would show every other team except Connecticut, and now sitting here being on the opposite side, all we saw was Connecticut, and obviously we're not looking past anything. They've had a great year, but JMU has had an awesome year as well. And like I said, I think it's going to be a great game for us, a good matchup. Later on this week, the Temple Owls will head to Norfolk, Virginia, with high hopes of advancing to the Sweet 16. From the Littlecourt Center, I'm Raython Bass, Owlsports.
The women's basketball team will make their 7th straight NCAA tournament appearance this Sunday when they face the 9th-seeded James Madison in the first round. This year marks James Madison's 8th straight appearance in the Big Dance. Looking further ahead in the brackets, there's that possible UConn matchup. UConn isn't only undefeated this year, but the Huskies have won every one of their games by double digits. So as you can imagine, it'll be real tough for the Owls to make it out of the rest of the first weekend. Rudy, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Jesse Brackett. Well, before finding out their bracket seed, the women's basketball team had to rough it out in their own A10 tournament in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And the ladies were smoking. Earning a 3 seed, the gals enjoyed a bye in the first round, but then got down to business, knocking off Duquesne 63-54. Well, then it seemed like the Owls needed some extra time to play. Their final 2 games, they outscored the Dayton Flyers 10-7 in overtime to advance to the championship against Xavier. K-Mac dropped 14 in that game. Against the Musketeers for the championship, Owls did not shine in overtime. Xavier put an X in the Owls' tournament championship hopes. They won 4-2 in overtime. 21 rebounds from Xavier's Tashia Phillips was too much for the Owls. And Kristen McCarthy held her own with 17 points. Eric, you got more on K-Mac?
Absolutely. She started out her first game as a freshman, scoring 14 points and snagging 4 rebounds against Florida State. Since then, Kristen McCarthy has chased down a few accolades. Maybe the most impressive is her single-game program record of 42 points this season, or the fact that she started every game this season. Owlsports reporter Matt Muro sat down one-on-one with the young phenom.
Living in California, you have every Pac-10 school except I think Stanford, right?
Yeah.
Offer you scholarships. Commit to Temple, and the coach that recruits you, Dawn Staley, leaves for University of South Carolina. What did you think at that point now?
It was tough for me because, I expected her to be coaching me when I came, and that was a big part of the reason why I came to Temple. I did also want to come to the East Coast, and Temple has great academics, but it was still kind of tough because it was a different situation.
This will push with McCarthy in defense, and McCarthy's stellar block, and she pushes the floor.
We're going to fast forward now this year. 3-time Big 5 Player of the Week, first team All A10. You doubled your points this year. You logged over 1,000 minutes. From a girl that averaged 9 points per game her freshman year. What did you do in the offseason to avoid that sophomore slump?
Try to work on every aspect of my game, and I think this year also, we graduated 2 seniors last year, Shanae and Shanita, which they had a big chunk of the scoring load, so I knew my role was going to need to change a little bit.
How did it feel going into this year's season as a sophomore, and you're voted by your peers as a team captain?
It's a great feeling to know that my teammates chose me as captain. I feel like that means they trusted me and stuff like that. I just wanted, for them choosing me captain, I wanted them to continue to have that trust in me throughout the season, so I just wanted to work hard and just be there for my teammates as much as possible.
I want to talk about this book that you gave Cardoza. Kind of give a background on the book and how did it transpire giving it to her.
Well, I thought, I didn't really have that much money to go out and buy a gift, but I just wanted to give her something that I guess exemplified what I wanted to do for the team, and it just basically talks about the stuff that I want to do, like hustle, rebound, make free throws, just stuff like that, like anything I could do to contribute to the team.